Taking a look at the 15-minute chart of the US dollar, you can see that the price popped big on today's NFP report. The US economy added 390,000 payrolls in May of 2022, the least since April last year, but above the market's forecast of 325,000. The question is, will these numbers be enough to keep the dollar pumping to the upside, or is it time to sell the rally? This is the A1 Trading Daily Report, and here's our top trade setups today on the US dollar. Despite the beat in job numbers, there was not a drop in unemployment rate, coming out unchanged at 3.6%, compared to the forecasted 3.5% rate. In our opinion, we think this could lead to a sell the rally setup on the US dollar pairs. Our first pair we'll take a look at is the pound dollar. On the 15-minute chart, you can see the pound came down hard on today's news, which we believe could be a nice buying opportunity at some discounted prices. Here's our first idea. We think pound dollar on a dip down to 1.2450 could be an excellent opportunity to get some good value on the pair, with targets at the previous high around 1.2650. We will wait for confirmation, but if we decide to take this trade, our analysis will share the full position in our Discord. If you'd like to get phone and desktop notifications of any trade we take, consider checking out our VIP services in the description below. You'll see our entries, exits, and full breakdowns of each trade. Make sure to use code A1YT at checkout for a major subscriber discount. On to our next pair. Let's take a look at gold. Gold has pulled back on today's dollar strength, as you can see by the 4-hour chart displayed now. We think a pullback to 61.8% retracement on the higher timeframes could be a nice buying opportunity, as gold could benefit from any signs of a more dovish Federal Reserve. We're interested in buying gold around a price point of $1,846. For the shorter term gold traders, consider watching for a breakout below the $1,860 support zone, as any signs of weakness at this level could create a flush down to our next area of support around $1,850 that day traders could take advantage of. Finally, let's follow up on our recent idea about Kiwi dollar. We're still bullish and have our eyes on the support level you can see now on 0.6475. In addition to the chart, our market scanner shows strong buying bias on the Kiwi dollar, with the economic scan showing clear preference towards the Kiwi dollar. For example, in the GDP growth section, New Zealand posted up to a recent 3% growth compared to the US posting up a negative 1.5% decline. Make sure to stay up to date with the A1 Edgefinder, our market scanning software. Today only, get a copy of Edgefinder for free by sending a message to our team on Telegram in the description below. Send the code FREEDAY to our team on Telegram below and we'll get you set up for free.
Unemployment rate was worse than expected. So I think, well, it can be a range or dollar bullishness. So I've just jumped on dollar bullishness.
Okay. So you're thinking things like Euro USD down?
Yeah, and gold down.
Okay. Tell me trade setups, ideas. What are we playing today?
I wanted to buy euro, so I'm not doing anything. So I'm actually true. So I was supposed to buy euro. With that news, I'm not going to. So I'm just gonna wait. But New Zealand yen looks great.
So you're looking at euro. Are you looking at any other pairs? And if now, so you said you wanted to buy euro. What's your thought now? Are you looking to now sell it? And if so, what would that look like?
Oh, you want to sell it? Well, the thing what I would have done, I would have sold that one if I was a seller.
Okay.
Pure price action, nothing else, but the high it made makes me very worried. So right now, I just want that to happen as a buy, that also anything that would make it buy. But if I were to sell it, I would be very, 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 very cautious, because the pullback is too strong for me on a smaller time frame. Also, it is maybe I don't know what you call it, head and shoulders, I would call it nowadays. But since it made a low there, that does indicate it should technically go lower. But why does it technically breach through resistance? So my setup there is okay. So now if this is a peak, if I would do that, I would probably sell what do you call it? Pull back to like 71, no, or 107.40, like as that pattern more than anything else, but reluctant.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So you're looking at euro dollar. What else is on the watch list today?
Oh, also I want to also this Aussie dollar. Look at that. Fantastic trade. I bought it and I got out there.
Hey, you know what? You're not alone. I had an NZD USD and I got stopped out just before the fun time started. So a little bit of a frustration there. So what's the move? What's the solution forward?
So the solution forward is definitely still trading your plan, planning your trade. So my plan then is, of course, we need to get us back down to support. If that happens today, that would be great. And then I will be looking for a buy opportunity here on probably on Monday or so.
Okay. Yeah, I like that.
Today, but I want this. What do you call it? This volatility now to just cool down, and then we can go on Monday.
Fair enough. Yeah. So let me just show you this for a second, Eivind. If we can show my screen for a second, I'll show you this. So I went for a buy on NZD USD May 31st, right? This was so painful because it came down to my stop loss. I know it's a little bit hard to see. I had my stop loss here. Price came down, missed it, started going up, shot down, took me out, and then just flew. So it was like, it really, really played with me as well. So you're not alone on that. We'll see. What do you think about NZD USD? If you were to choose Aussie dollar or Kiwi dollar to be a bull on, which one would you choose?
Kiwi dollar and which one? What's the other one?
So AUD USD, what you just looked at, or looking at so Kiwi dollar, Aussie dollar, the two.
Okay, Aussie dollar all the way.
Okay.
So the reason for that is it's a much better technical setup. Aussie has a brand new higher high. We have support that is very easy to identify. On New Zealand, on the other hand, what is that? Is that a range? Is that support? Is that a double top? Like what is it about? So right now it has to hold for me to even consider ever buying it ever again. It needs to hold 64.80. That's kind of my last line of defense as a buyer. But at the rate of this fall, if it does make it below here, I'm totally out. I'm bumped out by that.
Fair enough.
So for me, it's kind of like, well, what do I do here? I would probably just take Aussie and I'll see how that would go.
Yeah, I agree that the setup on Aussie dollars is definitely technically a little bit more sound. I think I will be looking at something like that. I was also looking at pound USD as well. Real quick, I just want to respond to Sandeep. So Sandeep asked, I contacted Drew about the Edgefinder yesterday, but he didn't respond. So that's my fault if I sent you to him or if you got his link. He's actually out for a wedding right now, but we do have Emily in the chat. So if you don't mind, we'll drop Emily a message in here and you can send her a message and she'll get you hooked up. So sorry for the confusion there. I just don't want you to wait on Drew for the whole weekend. So you can send her a message there. So Eivind, what do you think about pound USD? Because that, like I said, that was kind of one that I'm interested in. What do you think about pound dollar? If you were to be a buyer of pound dollar, what would you say to the buyers out there? What would you say, wait for, look for? Because that's a big drop here on the news. In fact, we're actually getting a bit of a reaction now on the dollar.
If I was a buyer in pound, I would be like, I was about to swear. I would be like, no. Oh, no, I can't. The reason for that is this low here. So that is okay. Yeah. Oh, sorry, that was pretty terrible. Sorry, that was so that is okay trading here. This does well higher, but we have broken so many lows here on the way lower that for me this is just too much. That is definitely a bearish reversal potential and definitely it falling pretty hard. So that for me is it's a clear no.
Fair enough. So if you were looking at it like I don't know, let's say on the 4-hour chart, little higher time frame, longer term swing traders out there, what are you thinking here? Are you thinking that it's got a lot more room to fall? What do you think about 124.70?
Well, it definitely has on this time frame. Definitely has room to go all the way down to 123.
Okay.
Because right
Yeah,
now
fair
we have
enough.
broken the uptrend.
Got it. Yep. Yeah. And I tend to agree. I mean, in terms of what we're seeing here this morning, I'm watching the dollar. I want to see how these candles close on the hourly, because that dollar, if you look at DXY for a second, it is really shooting up this morning. I mean, now we've got a little bit of a delayed reaction, but we're seeing the dollar shoot back up. What do you think of it? So do you think that the dollar is headed to new highs? Do you think that we are going to break out of 102.8? What do you think about like this level, these resistance points? Do you think they're due for failure? Do you think that they're going to hold? What do you think?
This one has been very difficult for my traders to anticipate. I know people were short here. That didn't work out. I know that people have been, oh, this is a reversal. That's great. Let's buy there. Hit stop loss down there. And people are well, like from the ears from the ground is like, this is unbearable. I can't trade dollar at the moment because it's going higher and then lower. Now, what we see right now is, okay, is this a bullish trend? Is it a bearish trend? This is definitely a potential reversal to the upside. So if you see this as a reversal, I would definitely say that 104 is on the table at this moment. And this is just a reversal going back up there before we have more potential reversal, more potential sellers yet again. But of course, we have maybe this level at 103.50. But if this is a bullish reversal, and you believe this is a bullish reversal, you have all the the odds stacked with you, and the sellers just need to be patient and wait for this volatility to either break higher or pause and then go lower.